Oscar 475, contact Seattle approach 125.6 tonight.
125.6, Seattle approach, next off 475.
Alright, had a little bit of trouble with that initial live stream. I think maybe about a minute of it made it out, but I was having some trouble on my end, so we just started up a different stream altogether. Was able to skip the setup and all that good stuff, because I mean, really, who has 45 minutes to watch yet another 737 pre-flight? You're welcome. Welcome everybody. Hope you've had a great day. I hope you're having an awesome Friday. We're flying from Portland into Salt Lake City. It's the Friday Night Ops on VATSIM, the Welcome to Salt Lake City event. We're excited. We are in 737-800 Delta livery. We're Delta 1177 if you happen to be out cruising around and wonder where we're at. If you're not flying into Salt Lake City, I hope you're in the virtual skies somewhere, having fun, enjoying the evening or the morning, depending on where you're at. As I mentioned in the description, it's a showcase of default airports at its finest. I might have said default scenery, which is not quite 100% correct, because we do have some Orbix global and land, you know, Rocky Mountains and Vector and all that stuff in there, you know, to make it look a little bit nicer on the ground. You know, when you're at 37,000 feet, that's what's important, right? That you have good ground textures. But when we
good evening, United 446, looking for an IFR from Portland to Salt Lake City.
When we make it into Salt Lake City, you're going to notice it's default city, as it was when we headed out of Portland. Although again, it's a pretty part of the country.
Contact Portland approach on 124.35.
24.35, United 446, thank you, sir, about that.
So, you know, as far as default sceneries go, this isn't too bad. And regardless, you know, it's just fun to get out. It's a fun way to end the week. We're ready for the madness. Extra fuel on board. You know, we'll see if we end up having to hold anywhere. We got out early enough, I think, from Portland. We left right about 6 o'clock. Or sorry, it would be 5 o'clock local time 6 o'clock Salt Lake City time, which is when the event started. So as we're looking at that tastic here, you can kind of see what we're talking about. We're there, Delta 1177. We've already covered some ground from Portland, as you can see. The skies are starting to get kind of busy around Salt Lake City, and you know, that's what's expected on a Friday night. We got guys coming from Phoenix. Denver's been online for quite a while, so we'll have quite a bit of traffic from Denver. Obviously Seattle Center, which is where we're coming from, but SeaTac and Portland. And it looks like we even have somebody coming up here from Calgary. Awesome. So, you know, it's going to pick up. We probably will be okay. We won't have to worry too much about, you know, holds and that kind of stuff. But we're ready just in case. And I'm going to kind of sit back here, and now that we're getting to cruise, kind of take care of a few things. I'm going to let you enjoy the sights and sounds of another VATSIM Friday Night Ops.
American 607, contact Salt Lake City Center, 119.75.
Over to 11975, American 607 today.
So before the ATC gets too fast for us to get a word in edgewise,
Salt Lake Center, American 607 with you, flight level 330, good afternoon.
to kind of show you where we're at here. We departed Portland on the Whammy 4. We're inbound to, I believe this is Kimberly.
Sorry about that.
Delta 1177, contact Salt Lake City Center, 119.
Longview Ranch, Kimberly, VOR. Then we're going to jump on the J15, the Juliet 15 airway into Boise.
Shuttle, trying to get out, German cargo 1265 with you, maintaining power with 340.
The Burley waypoint, and then that will jump us on the Skis 5 arrival into Boise.
Missed that. Delta 1177, you read that back. Salt Lake City Center now, 119.75.
119.75, Delta 1177.
Wish to 1565, you check on.
Hey, that was Chicago 12.
Multiple centers coming online. We're going to jump over 1975. Check in. Seattle Center, good afternoon. Delta 1177, flight level 370.
Delta 1177, Salt Lake, Roger, welcome.
Well, anyway, what I was trying to show you here is that there is a little bit of weather, kind of the second half of the flight. Once we get past Boise, looks like there's just some scattered kind of snow, rain, some kind of precip that actually is showing right now. Active sky is showing thunderstorms in Salt Lake City, so could be interesting. You combine a little bit of weather with a lot of traffic and some fantastic ATC. It's going to be a good night. Again, thanks for stopping by. Let us know where you're headed.
Delta 1688, contact approach 124.9er. 124.9er, good on.
Got some friends in the air. They've checked in already via V-Pilot. Check in on Vatastic. That's what we're using for our map.
Delta 3570, I gave it to you and I can't remember.
Looking forward to talking to anybody out there.
Arrival,
hope you have a great flight into Salt Lake City, wherever you're headed.
Roger, thank you. This Keys 5 arrival landing north. Any runway yet, or is that going to be assigned later? That'll be assigned by the approach control when you get over to him. Roger that.
Salt Lake, great evening, Delta 1658. We're with you, 350. We got lost in the shuffle somewhere. We're now 65 miles just west of Boise.
Delta 1658, Salt Lake, launch 6032, and ident.
6032, 1650.
Delta 1658, your radar contact 60.5 to the northwest of the Boise VOR. Welcome.
Mission check, 1658.
WestJet 1565, contact Seattle Center on 124.2. Have a good flight. WestJet 1565, Salt Lake. Delta 1658, set your Mach speed 350.
I want to mark decimal 77, this is taxi 58.
Roger. Delta 3576, set your Mach at 350. Delta 3576. I'm at .785, Delta 3576.
Perfect, thank you. Delta 1777, what's your Mach at 370?
We're Mach 0.79er for Delta 1177.
Delta 1177, don't exceed 0.77, this will be for intral spacing, please.
Okay, we'll slow down 0.77 for Delta 1177. Yeah, that's not too out of the ordinary. The Friday Night Ops. We've got, let me show you what's going on here. Just a lot of guys coming in. You know, 3 guys coming in from the north. We've got a couple other guys up here from the north, I think, that are heading our way. Already a group of guys. Those won't be a factor, but
American 607, traffic is off to your 11 o'clock position, and 3.5 miles is an Eclipse jet. He's level 5, level 340. American 607, I have the traffic.
you know,
American 607, he's restricted 1,000 feet above you. I'm not talking to him.
controller is trying to get these 4
Okay, I'll keep in mind, thanks. Thank you very much.
to match up with this guy here, essentially, and these 2 guys down here coming in. So
Salt Lake Delta 1658.
4 coming from the
We're
east,
showing 323 at 120 right now. It's
1
527
coming
over the
from the
ground.
north, 2 coming from the south.
Delta 1658, roger that. You got a nice tailwind.
Big props to the ATC and BatSim.
Move along.
This guy's doing an amazing job. They're balancing guys that really are skilled at simulating their aircraft to guys like me that are, we're kind of in the middle of the pack, to people that are brand new. If you're brand new and you're trying a Friday Night Ops for the first time, hats off to you, man. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Have your charts ready, know your plane. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. And pay attention for your call sign, and you'll be just fine.
To control. Yeah. Number 16 Bravo. Number 16 Bravo, Salt Lake, Squawk 6056. 6056. November 116 Bravo, Salt Lake is radar contact 50340.
Alright, I know we've only been online for 20 minutes or so, but we're kind of getting to that point where it's only an hour and 40-minute flight. Seeing top of descent coming in here, yeah, within about 120 miles, so we could probably start thinking a little bit about descent planning. We don't have, yeah, we won't be able to get ATIS quite yet for Salt Lake City, but I do know via Active Sky, let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah, we're landing, we're going to be landing south. Wait, well, you know what? This is a little different than it was a bit ago. VATSIM is showing right now that it's pretty well kind of a, well, that's changed. So yeah, North Ops, which is actually good because I think that's what we planned when we first left Portland. Let's go back to Active Sky here and just double check what we've got. You know, the winds are just changing by the minute here. 340 at 8. So, you know, we're looking at 10 statute miles of visibility, which is good. We've got some rain, a few clouds at 1,800, scattered at 3,400, broken at 5,000, again broken. Flight level 200, so they're saying the 3s, 3-4 right, 3-4 left. I believe we have programmed in 3-4 left for our approach.
Delta 1658, descend via the skis 5, arrival landing north, altimeter 2988.
Skis 5 landing north, 88 on the altimeter 1658.
We're going to go ahead and plug in some wind data here from Active Sky. This just helps our top of descent planning. At flight level 300, the winds right now are 349 and 61. At 180, 278 and 15. A little more westerly like you'd expect. And at 9,000, 328 and 6. So that should help our FMC calculate top of descent. Let's go ahead while we're in here. Put our fix rings in. There's a guy called Flight Deck to Sim. He's an actual 737 pilot, and this is completely his, you know, descent.
Delta 3159,
preparation.
Airspeed and descent, please.
I'm descending at 326 for Mach. Or Mach 0.56.
So we're just kind of following his checklist. Flight Deck to Sim, he's got a great YouTube channel.
Crossover out there at 17,000 or around that, and 13,000.
Okay, so your indicated airspeed, not your Mach, but your indicated airspeed is 326 in the descent.
My indicated airspeed is 349. My true airspeed is 330.
Okay, thank you.
So anyway, we're following kind of his flow here. We do indeed have 3-4 left, as you can see.
I can bump that up, so what you want is 410.
As our approach, 344, we're going to put that in our course heading on both sides, just in case we need to do
Delta 3159.
auto
negative.
land.
Just can continue with your normal airspeed.
Affirmative, sir.
111.9er. Set once. Set twice. 1, 2, and 3.
Center, you're getting Delta 832 for level 320.
Delta 832, Salt Lake, roger.
We're going to check the Skis 5 arrival now. Just make sure that we have all of our information in. Our nav data is a little out of date, so always good to double check these, even if it's not. It's just good to double check. We'll take a look and see what we've got. Now you won't be seeing what I'm seeing, but I'm looking at the information from SkyVector as we come in. We're coming in Burley, BYI Bravo Yankee India. Our first kind of check here is
Delta 3159, contact approach now 134.9er.
Bear, and if it says if we're landing north, we need to expect 17,000. So we'll go ahead.
Approach 134.9. Thanks, Barry.
Change that. Bear.
And Delta 3159, sorry about that. 24.9, 24.9.
And then
U2.
Skis, it should calculate here in just a second. The next altitude is at Hooper, where we are supposed to be right at 13,000. That's good, no speed restriction. Then it says Diane.
Delta 1177, descend via the Skis 5 arrival landing north, the altimeter 2988.
Okay, we'll descend via the Skis 5 arrival, Salt Lake in North Ops, and 2988, Delta 1177. Alright, just what we're expecting. The only thing we're not getting confirmation of right now is the runway, which could change, but if it does, then we'll make those adjustments. Anyway, back to our chart here. Hooper is at 13,000. I think we just said that. Diane, we're supposed to be above 11,000. And that kind of gets us down most of the way. Let's see. It seems like we need to have a second page of this Skis. Nope, that's it. Then we will be jumping on to, I'll go ahead and show you this. So this is what I'm looking at with Skis. We're coming in from Burley. We should be right there at Bear. If we're landing north, which we will be, we're expecting 17,000, so we made that change. Coming down here to Hooper, we're right at 13,000. Diane above 11. Well, I could go look at Ante. We should be right at 11,000, and then we will be
So Lake Center, Delta 1458.
coming back around to the north.
120. Direct 250.
Delta 1458, Salt Lake Center, roger, climb and maintain. You sure you want to go all the way up to 32?
No, that's 1450. It'll be a short cruise. Any chance we could get final 300, sir?
Delta 1458, roger, climb and maintain, flight level 300.
300, Delta 1458, thanks.
So if we end up with the ILS 34, we need to be at Fluter 10,000, and then our descent is as follows. So let's jump back in the cockpit. Let's make sure we have all that. Again, we said Ante needs to be right at 11,000, which it is.
Maintain flight level 220.
Pewter, sorry, not Pewter. Pewter above 10,000. Camry above 900,000. Done. Dunlop above 8,000. Yeah, so those look good. So that's our
Delta 157, Salt Lake Center, Roger. Reset your transponder for me, squawk 6031, and your radar contact 370.
Skis 5 approach.
Thank you, sir. 60 in the box for Delta 1.
Checking our approach checklist here. Again, this is all from the Flight Deck to Sim guy. Check out his YouTube channel. It's awesome. He's a fast talker. Be ready for that. We have checked our arrival airport 2988. We better get that updated. I haven't done that yet. For when we come down below 18,000, that'll be important. Our fixed rings are in. Our arrival waypoints are checked. Altitudes and speeds also checked. Our minimums, we do need to set the minimums for the ILS 3-4, and I'm looking at the minimums right now. It looks like where are we at? $43.26. Alright, this might take me a little while here. I don't think the weather's going to be that bad, but we will put those in just in case. Feel free to take a break and come back in 5 minutes and check my progress. Setting the barrel. How many of you... No, I won't say that. Old joke. Getting close to top of descent, as I'm sure you're seeing there. We need to get this... Hurry up and get this decision altitude put in. 4,326. Then we can adjust our altitude and start our descent into Salt Lake City. It's been a good flight so far.
Frontier 954, after Holter, proceed direct Ludic for the RNAV RMP Zulu runway 21, Idaho Falls.
Almost there. Most exciting 5 minutes of the video.
Could you repeat that text again from 954?
Alright, so I'm needing to be...
Frontier 954, after Holter intersection, proceed direct to Ludic, Lima Uniform Delta India Charlie for the RNAV RMP Zulu runway 21, Idaho Falls.
17,000 at Bear.
Okay, I see it. After Holter, we'll proceed direct Ludic for
entered.
the RNAV RMP Zulu 21.
Finishing out our checklist. Minimum set VREF is set. We're going to go flaps 30. Approach course we have entered in 344. Approach frequencies 1190, 1190. Our wind correction, as we looked at coming into Salt Lake City, is only 8 knots, so we don't need a wind correction. And auto brake, yeah, let's set our auto brake to 2. That should do it. Okay. Descent checklist complete. Hobbyist descent checklist, I should say. Let's hop outside for a little bit.
Delta 1458, clear to descend via the Nordic 6 arrival landing north, the altimeter Salt Lake 2988.
1458, I'm sorry, so you broke up a second.
Delta 1458, you're clear to descend via the Nordic 6 arrival landing north, the altimeter is 2988.
Are you going to send the arrival landing north on 288? That's 1458.
Delta 1658, what's your indicated airspeed in the descent there?
That's 1458.
That's
1658, we're indicating... Yep, sorry, 1658, we're indicating 289 in the descent.
Delta 1658 for intrail spacing, don't exceed 250 knots in the descent, please.
Oh, hold it back to 250, 1658.
Let's take a look here, see what the traffic looks like. Check VATtastic. We're kind of on the outside looking in right now. You can see several planes closing in various locations, and yeah, they're trying to get us spaced out here a little bit, try to help out approach. Should be fun. Just about the top of descent. We're going to start heading into Salt Lake City. I do need to get, honestly, this is one of the sceneries that I'd like to get at some point in time. I fly out of here quite a
Delta
bit.
3576, contact approach now 124.9er, we'll see you.
Contact approach, 124.9.
Really like this area. So maybe in the near future, we'll see.
Salt Lake Center, American 607. American 607, go ahead. Requesting clearance to step up to flight level 350. American 607, climb and maintain flight level 350. 350, American 607. Frontier 954, descend across Ludic intersection at maintain 2000, the Idaho Falls altimeter 2987.
Descend across Ludic at maintain 2000, 2987, Frontier Flight 954.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Top of descent, we should start heading down to 17,000.
Delta 1658, contact Salt Lake approach now 124.9er, we'll see you.
Forward approach 249, 1658.
See you. 1658, before you go, just let them know your speed.
I'm sorry, I was just bouncing over 1658. What was that message?
Just let them know about your airspeed.
I'll let them know 1658, thanks.
He's the guy that's right in front of us, basically. But he's got two aircraft directly in front of him, also, that I think they're trying to space out. Alright, top of descent. Why
Delta 157 radar
aren't we
contact, huh?
descending? There we go. Alright. Get a little nervous there for just a second. But I think we're okay. hop outside for a bit.
Delta 5849, descend via Nordic 6 arrival, landing north, the altimeter 2988.
altimeter 2988, and descend via the Nordic 6, landing north, Delta 5849, and we're Charlie. Right.
Just picked up the ATIS, heading into Salt Lake City. It's information Charlie. Wind 020 at 4 knots again. Great visibility, 10 statute miles. Some rain. There's a few clouds at 1,800. It's scattered at 3,400. Broken at 5,000. Broken at 200. Looks like visual approaches are in effect. Landing and departing 3-4 left, 3-4 right, and 3-5. They've got them all active and ready to go on a Friday night. As you can see, we're hitting some turbulence. Kind of getting tossed around just a little bit here. I think I have the fasten seatbelt sign on auto, so definitely, if it's not already, should be on.
Center Emirates 9777 with you, flight level 380.
Closing in on 17,000.
9777 Salt Lake, roger.
Take a look here. Probably our next restriction at or above 11,000. Go ahead and dial that in.
Emirates 9777, turn right turn flight heading 330. This is going to be vectors for spacing on the arrival. Right turn 330, Emirates 9777.
Looks like if we
Number 9777, descend and maintain flight level 240.
take a peek here at fantastic.
Maintain flight level 240.
Time is just about right. We're right here. And as you can see, there are a bunch of planes coming in from the west now that we didn't see earlier. There's a few from the south, excuse me, from the east, from Denver, a few from the west here from
Frontier
LA, San
954
Francisco area.
at Ludic. You're clear RNAV RMT Zulu runway 21.
Here in about an hour, this joint's going to be hopping, so we probably
So
planned
really
it
cleared RNAV Zulu 21.
just about right.
And
And I'm good with that.
American 607, contact Salt Lake Center now 126.85.
Just kind of looking at frequencies here.
126.85, so long.
A few different approach frequencies. We'll see which one we get. I'm trying to pay attention. I think I just missed 1658 where they were supposed to report to, but it's about time to do that. You can see some of the scenery here. Again, the airport scenery itself is just the default, but man, I tell you what, Orbix has done just an outstanding job.
1358, how much further to your top of descent?
North American land class, Rocky Mountain region,
Roger.
vector trees. I have trees also. The one I actually like the most is the little small airport upgrader. It upgrades 1,000 airports to add AI, people walking around, makes the buildings look nicer, makes the taxiways, ramps look nicer, the runways are improved. There's static aircraft. That might almost be my favorite Orbix upgrade. It's free. Of course, I think you need to have
Emirates 9777 heavy turn of left by hitting 280.
you need the global base pack for it to really take effect, but
9777.
still pretty cool. Alright, closing in on flight level 180. Our transition altitude will jump down to our 2988 altimeter setting. Swinging past those Rocky Mountains, part of the Rocky Mountains. Alright, 2988 set. We're heading on down to 11,000. Let's enjoy some of the sights outside. Some winter scenery still. I don't know, that's the desert, I think. I don't know, hard telling. It's kind of that transition. We have a lot of snow. I live in the Rocky Mountain areas, and even though it's, you know, what is it, April 12th, we still have a lot of snow.
Frontier 954, the winds of Idaho Falls are 30012, runway 21, cleared wing.
I think Salt Lake is a little warmer
We're in 21, Frontier Flight 94.
than where I live, so you know it's quite possible that they're pretty green, but where I live it snowed today, so it's kind of nice to see a little bit of snow on the ground still. Alright, let's update heading 140, going through 15,000. Looks like we could maybe take a peek at our vector. Yeah, 11,000. We'll put 10,000 in there. Honestly, we'll be vectored before we get to 10,000.
1170, contact approach now 124.9er.
2490 Delta 1177. Have a good one.
You do, sir. Emirates 9777 heavy, don't exceed 280 knots in the descent. Turn left, proceed direct Birmingham City, and descend via the arrival. Left direct
Delta 3576, contact Salt Lake approach 125.7.
Contacting approach on 125.7, Delta 3576.
Salt Lake approach, good afternoon, Delta 1177. We're descending through 14,200 on the skis 5 with information, Charlie.
Delta 1177, Salt Lake approach, thanks for Charlie. Descend right at skis 5 arrival. After dying, reduce speed 210 knots. Expect the ILS approach runway 34 left.
After dying, we'll reduce 210 and we'll expect the approach 34 left, Delta 1177. Alright, you heard him. So we're going to get to dying. We're going to go down to 210. Let's plug that in here. Just see if our VNAV will be able to take care of that for us. If not, we can take VNAV off and slow down ourselves, but yeah, just curious. There really were no speed restrictions as we headed in. Alright, 10 miles from Diane, 11,000, then we're going to slow down.
3631, contact Salt Lake Center 12.72.
That's all part of us. All part of us slowing down here with all these planes coming in. We're going to be, again, it's north op, so we'll be coming here. 34 left. That's the furthest west runway that we have.
210, 1658.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Didn't get really any kind of altitude restriction. Actually was told to continue to descend via the arrival, so you know, honestly, we get to the vector here, 10,000 is probably going to be where we need to be. And we're going to be heading down to the south, kind of southeast at 210. No, sorry, southwest at 210.
So Lake approach, hello, Delta 1458, looking passing level 200, information Charlie.
My guess is we'll get a little bit.
Salt Lake approach, thanks for Charlie. Expect the ILS runway 34 left approach, descend by the Nordic 6 arrival. After Diane intersection, reduce speed 210 knots.
Just tried to adjust my heading.
Expect ILS 34 left after Diane intersection, reduce speed 210 knots, Delta 1450.
On the wrong gauge there. Doesn't do anything if you crank the Mach number up. Alright, so we are past
Delta 1638, contact Salt Lake approach 125.7.
Over Salt Lake 257, 1658.
We need to be slowing down here. We're going to go ahead, hit the speed brake. We're going to slow down to 210. It'll help us that we're leveling off here. Clouds moving by, look great, active sky doing its magic as always. ENV shade. Another great add-on. Let's slow her down, 210. We'll get some altitude restrictions here in just a little bit, I'm sure. In the meantime, let's jump over and take a look at our ILS runway 34 approach. So we already have these things entered in. Our frequency 111.9, our approach course 344. We've got a nice long 12,000 foot runway. Our elevation is 4,227. The missed approach, we're going to climb to 4,800 and then do a climbing left-hand turn to 8,100 on the Tango Charlie Hotel Vortex. Radial 249
flight level
to the Staco intersection, 20 DME and hold. Left-hand climbing turn, basically at 8,100.
And I'll call in for the Nordic 6 to slowly approach there. Call sign again.
We do have the decision altitude already set,
9777 heavy.
4,326. And I see our airfield. We're on the downwind.
9777 heavy, slowly approach. Information Charlie, current altimeter 2988.
Speed brakes off.
6, arrival with Starwest runway
As we're
34
down
left
to our
approach. And after Valiant, reduce speed 210 knots.
down to our restricted speed.
After Valiant, reduce speed 210 knots, front 9777. And disable, could we get 34 right?
Emirates 9777 heavy, he's actually pretty loaded on the 34 right. If you can take 34 left, we'd really appreciate it.
Guessing these departing guys.
34 left, and we have information Charlie.
Oh boy, what do we have here?
9777.
He's above us, climbing out, I think, 2,000 feet above us. There he is, okay. Yeah, that was fairly close. 200 feet above us, not 2,000. But, plenty of room.
Solid approach Delta 3159, 11,000.
Have a good flight,
Delta
Captain.
1177 contact, approach 125.7.
1257, Delta 1177.
Delta 3159, Solid approach, turn left heading 280.
We're not done that, but the ILS 34 left approach, Delta 3576.
Delta 3576, maintain 8,000 until establishment.
Tower is 1905.
Descended 8,000 until established, Delta 3576.
Approach Delta 1177. We're descending to 10,000 for 34 left.
Delta 1177, Salt Lake City approach, maintain 900,000.
900,000, Delta 1177. Yeah, that's a little later than normal, but
Delta 17, speed your discretion, contact the tower 119.05 now.
I should have reported to him that we were slowed
119.05.
down to 210. That's my mistake.
119.05, 1905.
1905, thank you for 17.
Delta 1658, turn left heading 110.
Left turn 110, 1658.
Right there you can see the difference between Orbix and the default sceneries. Just beautiful all the way around, lots of detail in the scenery. That's okay. Still pretty amazing. Stay clear of the hills. Alright, about to get busy.
1658, get to the turn heading 080.
Need to concentrate, so
080, 1658.
talk to you guys when we get down on the ground.
Delta 1658, turn left heading 020.
Left turn 020, 1658.
Delta 1658, 3 miles from Dunlap. Maintain 8,000 until established level 5, request the ILS 34 left approach.
78,000, maintain 8,000. Till established, 1850 or 1658.
3576, speed 170 or greater to flag. Contact tower 119.05. Copy that.
speeds 170 or greater, contacting tower on 119er, 0.05, Delta 3576.
Got inbound here. This guy's landing. We're right here. I'm kind of hoping he'll sneak us in behind this guy in front of that guy.
Local 1177, turn left heading 070, back.
Left turn 070, Delta 1177.
Delta 1658, speed 170 or greater to fly, contact the tower 119.05, okay.
170 or greater flag, and we'll contact tower 1658. Chip.
Local 1177, 5 from dead left, turn left heading 010, maintain 8000 until established on that localizer, cleared by ILS 34 left approach.
Turning 010 down to 8,000 until established, cleared for the the approach 34 left, Delta 1177. I don't know if he said ILS. Probably ILS.
Salt Lake approach, Delta 31 down back.
Even though the ADA says visual, they like
ILS. Approach, stay altitude.
We're going to go ahead and arm the approach. Ooh, and good thing we did. We're below the glide slope. Localizer is alive. We are, as you can see, right on the line there. Localizer should center up, and we should be in pretty good shape. Now it's just a matter of getting configured for landing. Keep our speed up. I know we have somebody behind us. Stay at 210 as long as we can. Do need to drop down here. 153 at flag. 147, that's our final approach speed. Okay, we are established on the localizer.
Charlotte approach, Delta 446 with you as a localizer.
Plenty of room in the traffic. That guy, I don't know what he's doing.
446, Alex, the approach next.
He may be landing at this airport, I don't know. Okay, let's, our go-around, our approach course, sorry, might as well set that, 344. We're going to maintain 8,000 until we are established, which we are established, and our actual missed approach altitude is 8,100, so we'll go ahead and set that in there. Okay, on the glide slope, time to start slowing down.
1177, towers on 1105 today.
Over to tower, Delta 1177, we'll see it. 1905.
Salt Lake City approach Delta 28.
2377 for ground, we'll put that in here real quick. 2377. Salt Lake Tower, good afternoon, Delta 1177. We're descending for runway 34 left.
Delta 1177, correction, Salt Lake Tower, continue.
Alright, putting our first notch of flaps in. We're a little quick here. We need to go
for 80, runway 34 left,
flaps 5. Don't know why we're carrying so much speed here, but that's not. Now we're descending it.
Delta 1658, welcome to Salt Lake, expert enable.
1,400 feet a minute, that's why.
Right, we're 1658.
Alright, this could be interesting. Lined up pretty well on our runway. We are hoping to exit probably around Alpha 7. Take a quick look here. You know, we're coming in here 3-4 left. If we get off at Alpha 6, that'd be great. Alpha 7 or Alpha 8 is probably more realistic, especially if we're screaming in here
runway 34 left, please take off.
like an F-14 Phantom. Boy, we're still quick. Go flaps 15.
That's a 1658.
We're going to need to get the gear down here at some point. A little quick for the gear, I'll be honest with you, but we're going to put it down.
1658. Thanks.
Our ref is 42. Now we're carrying a lot of speed here. Oh, we got a guy on the runway. We better be ready.
Delta 1177, runway 34 left, clear land.
Clear to land 34 left, Delta 1177. Man, I thought he was going to tell me to go around. Coming down, slowly but surely. Laps 30.
That was 3470, contact departure, have a great flight.
Coming off of our
Departure
autopilot.
Travis 3470.
Don't want to get too low
That
here.
was 3480, contact departure, have a good flight.
Still carrying a ton of speed in here. Man, oh man, oh man.
Charlie Tower, that's 446 on
Let's see what happens.
34 right.
Good thing we've got 12,000 feet.
Approaching minimums.
Delta 446, Salt Lake Tower, runway 34 right, clear land.
Continue.
Clear lane 34 right, Delta 446.
Boy, oh boy, we are fast.
20. 10.
Delta 1177, welcome to Salt Lake, exit right 8.
Right when able, Delta 1177. Okay.
Delta
Bursers,
1177,
do
we're gonna
your
have you exit
magic.
at, Hotel 8. Correction, Alpha 8.
Alpha 8 for Delta 1177. Okay. Alpha 6. This is Alpha 7. Whoops, let's keep it rolling here. Yeah, see, that's why we carried the extra speed in here. We knew we were going to have to roll down to Alpha 8. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Alright, there's Alpha 8. Yes. Luckily, the default scenery has Alpha 8. And Tower Delta 1177, we're clear on Alpha 8.
Delta 1177, contact ground 123.77, have a great flight. Correction, have a good night.
Over to ground, Delta 1177, see ya. We, by the way, did not turn our lights on or put our engines on continuous. That's not good. Alright, let's clean up before we do anything else. Head over to ground. Yeah, we were so worried about our speed. Let's see if we can get our taxi. Charlie Terminal tonight. Ground, good afternoon. Delta 1177. We're clear of 3-4 left on Alpha 8 heading to Charlie Terminal. We're right there.
Delta 1177, Salt Lake Ground. Taxi the gate by Alpha Echo.
Alpha Echo to the gate, Delta 1177. Alright, so we're going to go right turn Alpha down to Echo, and our gate is right on the end of Charlie Terminal, so let's do it. Should be pretty straightforward. Welcome to Salt Lake. I didn't pull up far enough either, really. I should have been past that line. But we made her down. We're safe. Wasn't the worst landing I've ever had. I don't know what that
Cal Air
says.
2411, contact Salt Lake Tower on 19.05. Have a great flight.
Contact to the tower on 119.05 for Cal Air 2411.
Gotta hang a sharp right here on Alpha. Nobody coming that way. Hopefully nobody coming that way. Nope. Default scenery stutters going on here. Yeah, it's okay. Oh boy, not even close to the center line. Let's get lined up here. Alpha to Echo. Well, I hope you enjoyed the flight. As is customary, I don't make you suffer through my poor taxiing skills here. We've all seen enough default sceneries in our day to last us a lifetime. So if you tuned in, thanks. If you didn't, but you're out flying and you catch this later on, I hope you had a great Friday night. I hope your weekend is also amazing. We'll see you next time. Take care. God bless.